The timing could not be more suspect, but Ron DeSantis has now directly responded to Donald Trump. Donald Trump has taken shot after shot after shot at Ron DeSantis. And as I've said, I'm a huge fan of Ron DeSantis. I'm obviously a big fan of Trump. But when it comes down to who would I prefer one over the other, it's Trump all day, every day. And I said that Trump is a counterpuncher, and typically Trump only responds to people. Now, Ron DeSantis has been playing this very politically correct, and he's been trying to take the high road, but there has been accusations of discussions with people like Paul Ryan and a lot of different rhinos. Clearly, there was a breakdown in this relationship, no doubt about that. But now with the reports that Donald Trump is set to be arrested, suddenly now Ron DeSantis comes out in an interview with Piers Morgan and takes direct shots back at Donald Trump. The timing is insane. And you have to look at the reports that we got from Robert Barnes last night, where Robert Barnes said that there was a ticket set between Trump and DeSantis until DeSantis was tipped off and told that Trump was going to be facing all of these different charges. He was going to be indicted. All of these things were going to hold him back. So DeSantis made the decision to break off, and that's been part of the plan. Now you see DeSantis directly responding for the first time, and you have to ask yourself, what the hell is going on? So this is over on the Post Millennial, and it says, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis has finally broken his silence in his much-anticipated potential 2024 presidential run, giving an interview from the governor's mansion in which he said that he has what it takes to be president and he can beat Biden. DeSantis sat down with Piers Morgan in a wide-ranging interview, saying, stay tuned when asked about the potential 2024 bid for the GOP nomination. Former President Donald Trump is currently the front-runner for that spot as he endeavors to earn his second term. DeSantis slammed Trump over his character failings. Morgan continued, chaotic leadership style and for his handling of the COVID pandemic, especially in keeping controversial health chief Dr. Anthony Fauci in his spot, helping to run the White House coronavirus task force. Morgan asked DeSantis how the two most popular Republicans in the country are different, and DeSantis says, well, I think a few things. The approach to COVID was different. I would have fired somebody like Fauci. I think he got way too big for his britches, and I think he did a lot of damage. I don't disagree with Ron DeSantis on that point at all. DeSantis shut down Florida early in the pandemic before opening up and giving the state the label of the free state of Florida. I just think in terms of my approach to leadership, DeSantis says, slamming the former president and the man to whom he owes much of his political start. I get personnel in the government who have the agenda of the people and share our agenda. You bring your own agenda in, you're gone. We're just not going to have that. So the way we run the government, I think, is no daily drama. Focus on the big picture and put points on the board, and I think that's something that's very important. Morgan asked about the mudslinging that has already started as rumors of a DeSantis run swirl. I don't know how to spell out the sanctimonious one. I don't really know what it means, but I kind of like it. It's long. It's got a lot of vowels. We'll go with that. That's fine. You can call me whatever you want, just as long as you call me a winner, because that's what we've been what we've been able to do in Florida, is put a lot of points on the board and really take this state to the next level. So Trump endorsed DeSantis when he first ran for governor, helping him beat out Andrew Gillum. Ron DeSantis is a brilliant young leader, Yale and then Harvard, who would make a great governor of Florida. He loves our country. He's a true fighter, Trump had said at the time. Things have changed a little bit. I guess it is what it is, DeSantis said. And so right now, this situation just continues to get crazier and crazier. And I don't know, man. I'm obviously disappointed that it's gotten to this point and the timing. First of all, let's talk about this. So DeSantis, his actual response, I don't think was terrible. Made a lot of sense. He had to answer the questions. I mean, you have to answer the questions. It's the timing of it. It's the fact that right now, Donald Trump is potentially going to be arrested over a BS charge that even Ron DeSantis himself said is a BS charge. And so when you talk about what we mentioned with Robert Barnes and the things he was saying and how there was an agreement, but then the agreement broke apart when DeSantis was tipped off about what Trump was going to be dealing with, the timing is strange. But With that said, we're going to have to see how this all plays out. I've seen a lot of people, and I said this last night on CobraCast. I said, people are saying, hey, if Ron doesn't do this, then I'll never support him and all of that. And I said, to me, that's the same thing as when the anti-Trump people say, I'll never support Trump or whatever. Like, ultimately, these are the two best options. Now, I have said over and over again, stand with Trump, and I do stand with Trump, and I will stand with Trump, and Trump is the best person for the job, and I will never waver from that position. I'm not happy with Ron DeSantis. I'm not happy that he has backed off of Trump. I'm not happy that he has not stood with him. And clearly, he's the reason, Trump is the reason that Ron DeSantis has a political career. If it was not for Trump, and you can go back and look at the commercials, you can look at all the love, look at all the thanks that Ron DeSantis gave him. He basically said, I'm here because of you. You did all this for me. And now he's playing politician, and it seems very, very shady. It seems extremely shady, and I do not like it, and I don't like how I feel about this whole situation, and it has changed my perception of him in a lot of ways, because right now Trump needs all the support in the world, and he is not getting it from some of the most crucial aspects of the conservative or the right-leaning or whatever you want to call it side of the equation, and it's very frustrating. So we're going to see how this all plays out. I think that if Trump does get arrested, I think that it guarantees 2024. I think Ron DeSantis is walking into a buzzsaw. Ron DeSantis cannot compete with Donald Trump nationally. He cannot do it. There's no chance that Ron DeSantis can beat Donald Trump head-to-head for the Republican nomination. I don't think he even has a chance, but he seems to think he does, and he can go ahead and walk into that buzzsaw all he wants. I still like Ron DeSantis. He's a phenomenal governor, and I think he still makes a future president of our country, just not in 2024. You guys let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you very much for checking out this video, and we will talk to you later.